Greetings, YouTube. It's really interesting to me. I've been asked recently, like the last week or so, Prof, when are unit deals coming back? When are we going to see a unit-based offer that's not dependent on cash? And my response is usually, well, there's unit-based offers like yesterday, which I guess technically is today as well, the 48 hours of featured Cavalier crystals that you can use for units, but that's not the same thing as something like what you see in front of you. You see a collection of catalyst fragments to get your champions closer to a higher rank, grants access to the superior Tier 5 basic catalyst cache. There's 4 Tier 4 class catalyst selectors, 100,000 gold, which is only $10 worth of gold when you really break the numbers down, and 6,750 Tier 5 basic catalyst fragments. So this offer would be fine for somebody who is maybe looking to rank up a champion to take to Cavalier, but keep in mind that I know this was a mistake, but it was technically on an average day like today, not Cyber Weekend or July 4th weekend. For $70, we got enough to take a 5-star from rank 2 to rank 5. Which includes, of that specific class, a heck of a lot more than just Tier 4 class catalysts, and that, of course, also included not 1 but 2 fully formed Tier 5 basic catalysts, which is the equivalent of 90,000 Tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, or 45,000 times 2. Now let's see who this actually affects. We also have new 4-star dual class crystals. That's kind of neat. All right, so this is for those who become Cavalier. See, if you're Cavalier at this point, this is not going to affect you like you would. Like if you're Uncollected or even a Conqueror, that first deal has some temptation because Tier 4 class catalysts are needed to rank up your 5-star and even 4-star champions to rank 5. But I know far too many people who are in-game players and they have so many Tier 4 class catalysts in their overflow. We're talking, I've seen a screenshot, somebody has over 500 Tier 4 class catalysts. And keep in mind, because of the pro player changes to solo event rewards, you can easily place in the top 10% in some of those, whether it's hero use or arena wins or level up events, where you get in the top 10% bracket a Tier 4 class catalyst as a bonus, which is what used to be if you did like a Legends run. But that's about it. So Tier 4 class catalysts in general have gone down significantly in price and availability, particularly for the players that this offer is targeting, which are Cavalier players. All right, let's go from 1,000 units to 3,000 units. So keep in mind the price tag of this. 3,000 units, for the sake of argument, is $100. Yes, 3,100 units is technically $100, but we just like to say $100 to keep it simple. So this is now over $140 worth of units. Half of a Tier 5 basic, 5% Tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystal. How is this not a selector? How are you going to spend $140 worth of units? And it's also a 5%. We have seen a couple times in the unit store, which I know is cash based, the $49.99 10% Tier 5 class catalyst fragment selector limit 2. So for $100, you get 20% of a Tier 5 class catalyst, or $140 with the units, you can get 5% of something that you can't choose. It literally is a scam alert. And then 4 Tier 2 alphas. I mean, that's nice because that brings the price of those down to $25 a piece, but you're also having to spend 1,000 additional units to get to that. Had this superior Tier 5 basic catalyst cache been the first offer, just off the bat, I think I would have given at least a C-. But the first offer for Cavalier members is an F. And the second offer, I'm still going to give an F because there's no control over that Tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystal. It needs to be a selector and it needs to be at least 10%. And even then, it's overpriced. All right, the last offer of these, the deluxe Tier 5 basic. This thing better be a selector because we're talking about 10,000 units at this point, YouTube. 10,000 units. 1 Tier 5 basic catalyst. So this should guarantee you at this point at least 2 Tier 5 basics. Heck, this should be the price tag of what it would take a 6-star to rank 2, which is 3 Tier 5 basic. 2 10% Tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystal. You've got to be kidding me. The same thing that you're charging for a selector for $50. You're charging $200 with the units for the crystals. This is only for the most blubbery of whales that when you walk around, cash just falls out of your pocket, and you would rather spend it on this game than have it fall into the sewers of your city, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style. And it's 600,000 gold? This should be 2 million gold. These offers are only available for a limited time. Thank God. Don't miss this chance to be mugged or slapped in the crotch. Wow. This Cavalier offer fails in every metric of value. Way too many units, way too little of control over the thing that these Cavalier players care about most, which is Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments. These they have to be selectors. And this thing should be 10%, and I think this should be at least 15 to 20%. And I cannot say this enough. Not fragment crystals. Selectors where you get control over the choice of what class that you're targeting. They're supposed to make it evolve to where you can have a better chance to take that 6-star to rank 3, which is the whole purpose of these Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments. I think the first deal should be 500 units, the second deal should be 1,500, and the last deal should be 3,000. I think this entire thing should be 4,000, well, I guess technically 5,000 units, right? So 3,000 plus 1,500 plus 500. 5,000 units, not 10,000 units. Even at 5,000 units, if they're fragment crystals, I'd still give this like a D plus C minus, but every single tier of this offer is just a flat out F. This is an insult to the Cavalier community. They clearly don't get what people are after. They're not after Tier 4 class Catalysts, and they're not even after Tier 5 Basic or Tier 2 Alpha. They're after the Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments, and they want them to be selectors, not crystals. Please save your units. We're getting closer and closer every day to Cyber Weekend in November. I think November 27th is that Friday. So circle November's 27th on your calendar and just shake your head and laugh at 3 different levels of a true Monday scam.